Welcome to Verde Valley Highlights, presented by the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio. I'm the President and CEO for the Cottonwood Chamber. And with me today is Tahona Epperson. She's a realtor and associate broker for Coldwell Banker, and she's our incoming board chairperson for the Cottonwood Chamber. Welcome, Tahona. We were just talking about how cool Tahona was for a name. And
well, and often people don't know how to pronounce my name, so I oftentimes tell them it's Tahona like Sedona, and so eventually, though, they call me Sedona, so don't worry.
That worked.
That's perfect.
All right. So, Tahona, you sure are a busy person. You do a lot in our valley, and you're committed to our community. Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am, been with Coldwell Banker Mabery Real Estate since 2004. I moved here in 1995 from Boston, Massachusetts. My husband, Steve Epperson, who's general manager of Larry Green Chevrolet and the Hyundai of Cottonwood, is a native, Arizona native. He was born and raised here and grew up in Cornville. We have raised 7 children.
Wow.
We have one left at Mingus Union High School, who will be graduating in 2019. Yeah. And we have one grandson, who will be 3 years old in March.
Yes. Awesome. I've got quite a few grandchildren myself, and just got a recent one, Jade Isabella. So I'm pretty excited.
Congratulations.
They sure do.
That's
make
so
life
exciting.
Interesting. Any big plans for after the last one's out of high school? You're going to celebrate and have some fun?
Yeah, it was funny. Over the weekend, we had a friend tell us that we were going to be newlyweds again because we were going to finally be empty nesters and get to have a life with just the two of us. Right. So we're excited about that.
My wife
we'll probably downsize.
We actually downsized our home, and then the kids started moving back. So watch out for that.
Yeah.
So you sell houses, right? And
yes.
All over the valley.
All over the valley and over in Prescott as well. My business partner, Connie Bills, is also a member of the Prescott Association of Realtors. So we sell in both the Verde Valley, Sedona, and Prescott area.
So you also have a pretty big project going on with Mesquite Hills,
We do, yeah. Mesquite Hills subdivision, which is located up in the foothills of Mingus Mountain, just up Mingus Avenue. Past the Humane Society, and that subdivision is going to have 425 homes when we're completely built out. Yeah. We have 127 lots that have been released to date, and we are very proud to have Lawler Construction and Jim Lawler be our builder.
Right, Jim's been in the valley pretty much forever, huh?
30 plus years, yeah. So we're very excited.
Reputable builder.
All of our homes are Energy Star rated indoor air plus air quality, really built on a strong foundation with post-tension, and the views are spectacular.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we had our chamber mixer up there, and it was just, I was in awe. You got Mingus Mountain right there in the back, and the whole view of Sedona and everything in the entire valley.
It's really nice, very quiet, backs to Prescott National Forest, so you have easy forest access.
One of the big deals I liked about the homes was that RV parking.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
Our RV garage, we have 13 different floor plans to choose from, and one that makes us unique is that we do offer the RV garage. That home is 1,724 square feet it starts out with. We can make some changes and modifications, but the monster RV garage is 57 feet deep.
Yeah.
It has full RV hookups with water and clean out, dump, and 30 amp power. It has a 15-foot ceiling, 14-foot door, and it's quite impressive.
Right.
So it can be as large as 67 feet. So
all the toys will fit in there for sure.
Oh yeah.
I want one. So tell us about some of the other upgrades that can come along with these homes.
We offer granite countertops. We have different levels. We have one of the nicest things that we have now. We're offering custom-made Naughty Alder cabinets throughout the house. We have really beautiful flooring to choose from. We have wood plank flooring. We have tile that looks like a wood plank tile flooring. We have an 18 by 18, a 20 by 20 tile. I mean, we have lots of options. In addition to the granite that we also offer quartz countertops. Wow. Everything is, we have low E windows. They're 9-foot ceilings. We do come equipped with the fire suppression system as well, which really helps with keeping your utilities down, but also to protect your assets. We offer stone front on the front. We do landscape package. In our new section that we're in right now, we do offer front patio, so that's been a really nice advance.
Yeah, that's a nice addition to
feature.
it. So, what's the price range that people will be looking at? So,
in the phase that we're in now, which is 55 home sites, it's the second stage of phase 1.
Right.
Those prices start over 300,000 or very close to 300,000 we can keep you at.
Right.
300 plus. And then in our first section, which was 55 home sites or 62 home sites, which we only have 5 lots remaining in that section, but you can still build there for less than 300,000.
That's nice. That's still affordable for people, so good deal. We're going to come back in a few. We're going to take a quick little break, and then we'll talk a little bit about the chamber and membership, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Sounds great.
Thank you. Come back and join us.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Verde Valley Highlights, presented by your Cottonwood Chamber. With me again today is Tahona Epperson, and we're talking a little bit about the Chamber of Commerce, chamber membership benefits, and then of course Tahona is our incoming chair for 2018, so we're going to talk a little bit about some of her plans and vision for where she'd like to see the chamber go. So tell me a little bit about your chamber membership, when did you join, why?
Well, as a real estate agent for Coldwell Banker Mabery Real Estate, I was always kind of hearing about what Lori Mabery and Dan Mabery would do for the chamber. And so I was curious, you know, what does the chamber do? I'd never really been exposed to what the chamber does or offers. So I was kind of interested, and then Dan had mentioned to me that the chamber, who likes to keep diversity of the board members, was looking for a Realtor member to run for the board. So I threw my name in the hat, and unfortunately I didn't make the cut, actually, that at the first round. I was close in votes, but I didn't have it. But then another member couldn't fulfill their obligations, so I was asked to fill that position for them. So since then I have opened my horizons to the many wonderful things that the chamber does, and all the benefits and exposure and what you do for this city.
We appreciate
the
that.
community.
So you had a very interesting take on what you're getting out of the chamber. And it was kind of unusual for me. You know, a lot of people want to know what they get out of it. So can you share with, you know, what your experiences was?
Well, since I didn't have that much and I didn't know what you were doing, I am getting so much more out of what the chamber offers, what you do for the tourism, what you do as far as advocacy and government affairs, and just learning what you do in the community, the different programs and events that are offered. And so I feel like I'm learning more about the community that I live in by being a member of the chamber.
Seems like it's unfortunate that a lot of people really don't know what the chamber does, and I'm hoping that this show will give a little bit more exposure to that.
And that is what my main focus will be this year as the chair, is to try to bring awareness to what people can take advantage of that the chamber has to offer.
What we actually do, right? It would be great. So Yeah, so some of the benefits you touched on, I mean, you get some little perks. We do get a discount through Office Max. We also get discounts from other members, member-to-member discounts.
Well, in addition to just the discounts, it's the opportunity to know and who other members and business owners are throughout the community. So if you're a new member joining or just moved to this area, the best place to start is with the chamber. I mean, immediately you have a list of people that you can reach out to share what your business has to offer for them.
An instant list of 550 network members, right? People that you can communicate with and work with. Do you know, or do you have any ideas about how the chamber could possibly improve on events, get people more interested in maybe attending like a chamber mixer?
A lot of times I think that you have to be asked. Some people are very shy, so even though they're a member of the chamber, they don't really want to attend an event by themselves. So I think it's really important to kind of ask someone to join with you. Also to make it so that people do get to meet each other, because I think we all have this natural tendency to kind of gravitate towards the people that you already know instead of using that opportunity to actually meet other people. So I think one of the things we're going to try to do this year is have some more interactive events with people so that they can get to know everybody that's there and things to remember them by.
Right. Some networking events, we've kind of explored that a little bit, and you know, we've gone around and everybody gets a different card, or you get a group of people that have the same color, and you try to go to meet people that might have a different color than yours and talk to them.
Exactly.
It's all about networking. It's all about getting out there and telling each other about our businesses and what we can do for each other, right? Supporting each other. I know that there is one thing that we are going to change this year that's going to be different. Yeah.
So with our chamber breakfasts, we are looking at revamping that, and you know.
Thank you.
I'm just
6:30 in the morning is a little rough for me.
Well, and a lot of the feedback that we get from the members is that that's a really early time of the day, and it just doesn't work out with kids and school and everything like that. So in order to try to mix it up a little bit, we're going to be looking at refocusing those breakfasts, maybe not having them monthly, possibly going to a quarterly program. Also making it maybe a brunch or a midday event, something that makes it a little bit more, because we also get people who can't participate in our mixers in the evening because of that time constraint.
Family
so
time.
We really want to kind of mix things up a little bit so that we can increase our participation.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Hopefully we will be working on getting much more relevant workers or topics and speakers to come in there. So we're excited about that. We also do other events, not just mixers and breakfasts. We have our upcoming annual dinner is in January. It's last Friday in January, the 26th.
Yep, at the Moose Lodge.
Right, that's going to be pretty exciting, steak dinner. You can actually get your tickets online at cottonwoodchamberaz.org, or from any of our board members, or you can even come by the visitor center office and buy tickets there.
And one of the things that's super exciting about this year's event is that it is a, high school
flashback.
High school flashback. So whatever year or era you graduated in.
What year you graduated?
I graduated in 1984, and I'm proud of it.
See
so
that?
I can't
wait. So cool.
So
yeah,
we're bringing back the 80s, the 90s,
right?
And Jackie Bessler is going to be our DJ, and he is going to be playing music from the
1950s
to the 90s.
Right.
So bring your dancing shoes. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be fun, right? Excellent. Well, I think it's time for us to go ahead and take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about your term as chairperson and some ideas and plans that you have. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Come on back.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Verde Valley Highlights, presented by your Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And again, with me I have Tahona Epperson, and we're going to be talking a little bit about her term coming in as board chairperson for 2018, some of your plans and ideas for how we can improve and improve value to our members. Tell me, what do you think about, we've kind of had this conversation about the chairperson's term only being 1 year versus 2 years. And, you know, sometimes people think you don't have enough time to really get in there and do something. So
initially, I had thought that, you know, having a 2-year term as president would be great, because you come in and by the time you kind of really get up and going with what your plans are for the year's already gone.
Right.
And on the flip side of that, I felt like 2 years is also a lot to ask a volunteer to give up their time as
Right.
well, because you do have certain term that you serve on the board, and if you choose to move up through the executive committee and eventually to be the chairperson, you could be looking at 5-6 years.
Right.
So
Start that
then
up.
I kind of stepped that back a little bit and thought, you know, if you're moving up through the chairs, you have a year to be the incoming vice chair and then the chair, so that really does give you 2 years as long as you work closely with your chairperson.
Right. So I was just going to say that's one of the good things and benefits, things I like about our board, is that even though you're not necessarily chairperson, you still have some influence on the board. You're
Exactly.
able to speak and contribute.
Absolutely.
So, and like you said, you still get that immediate past chair position where you're helping the new chairperson along. So
Exactly.
yeah, we've kind of accomplished some pretty amazing things this past year.
We did, and one of the first things that we want to hope to finalize in 2018 is the sale of the former building that the chamber owns at the corner of 260 and Main Street.
Right.
So that property is in escrow. It is scheduled to close escrow in the middle of January.
Right.
So we're hoping to get that finalized, and then where the chamber's new location is on Cove Parkway with the offices, administrative offices, as well as the visitor center, we hope to secure the sale of that property as well right after the closing of the 260. So this is a new adventure. The chamber has been looking at Cove Parkway for 15 years.
Number of years.
Or to make some sort of move. So I'm really, really proud to have been a part of that movement and making that happen.
Right.
We do have some options and have had some challenges with the visitor center. Although we're not seeing as many visitors, the numbers are still pretty high. I think you mentioned in November you had over 800
Right.
people come through.
People are finding us, so you know, it's a little bit of a drop, but we've kind of noticed in the tourism industry, and actually in speaking with some of our counterparts in Sedona and Mabery, their numbers are down quite a bit too.
Okay.
But
our numbers of tourists are up, so
right. So
that's a great
you know,
thing.
it's kind of hard to really keep track of, you know, not every tourist coming into the area actually walks through our door and says, "Hey, I'm a visitor." So it's a little challenging, but yes, the numbers are still pretty significant. You know, like you said, 800 we had come through there, and that means people are finding us. So I'm happy about that. There's still some things we can work on to better signage and whatnot. But again, that's part of an ongoing plan that we'll be working together on. So.
And we'll be continuing to look at and monitor what we're doing with the visitor center, because there may be some opportunities to put the visitor center in a more visual location, visible location. So we'll keep monitoring that. The other thing that I know that we're doing as a chamber is the tourism committee is doing quite a bit, and which is why, you know, we're seeing our tourism numbers up, hotels are full, you know, the local economy is doing really good with a lot of what the chamber is doing
Right.
out there in the field,
Right.
and getting, you know, travel writers and
Exactly. It was just
going to conferences throughout the country. So.
Sure, and we're seeing quite a few more travel writers and journalists coming in from all over the world. We get them through the Arizona Office of Tourism. They vet them for us, and we know they're legitimate writers in their countries and everything. So when they come in, they get to visit a wide variety of things all over the Verde Valley. And you know, wine is one of the draws, so that's helping quite a bit, especially in Old Town and with our vineyards throughout the valley as well. So we're getting some good exposure that way. One of the other areas, though, that and you know, I've shared this with you, I want to see our chamber not just focus on tourism, because we have a good majority of our members that are not necessarily tourism based.
Right.
And so we're working a lot more on economic development, workforce development. And you mentioned advocacy, and so we've just really been building on our government affairs committee, and they just recently, for the breakfast, was able to.
Yep, we brought in Rudy
Rodriguez
Rodriguez from the city of Cottonwood to talk about the potential use tax that people are going to probably start hearing about, and how it could be. Could affect your business, especially if you're making big big item purchases.
Right.
You know, particularly like $10,000 or more.
Exactly.
You know, recreation vehicles that you're buying privately. There could be a tax on that. So it is something to look forward to look at and to get educated on, whether it's good or bad. But it is going to be coming down the wire. So our Government Affairs Committee is going to be working to try to bring not just that issue, but any other issues to our members and to the community, so that they can stay ahead of it rather than feeling like they're getting run over by it.
Right. We might just mention here real quickly too is that the city is actually having a hearing, a public hearing, on January 2nd, 6 p.m. at the council hall. So
and also Yavapai Broadcasting through the Verde Valley TV does live stream those meetings. So if you have Suddenlink or cable, you can watch it on the local TV station, or you can subscribe to their YouTube channel and watch it that way as well.
Right. Good way to get some information, right, that's happening out there. So
stay in the know.
Exactly. So
knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. So tell us a little bit more about maybe your vision for how we're going to, you know, show more benefit to our current members and attract new ones.
What I really want to do is just make it more aware what the chamber offers and what people get out of their membership. You know, just because you sign up and you get a beautiful little placard that you can hang in your office that says you're a chamber member, we also want you to be able to take advantage of the features and benefits that we offer. So the chamber has a fantastic website where there's additional advertising opportunities on there. It's also a great resource to look up other members that you would like to do business with. We have our events that range from the Boomers and Beyond, which is coming up in May. That used to be called the Primetime Fair. So that's also to help increase jobs in the area, help people, connect people who are looking for jobs. And when we say Boomers and Beyond, this is the older group of people who...
We discovered that the 60 is the new 30, so you and I are really doing pretty good.
I don't know. Well, 50 must be the new 20, right?
Right. I agree.
So we have that event. We have our annual golf tournament.
That's in August,
The Verde River Days. I mean, we have a lot of events. So what we're going to be looking for is to reach out to members, not only just to attend, but maybe to participate and help putting these events together, which will give them a sense of ownership and also the opportunity to give back to the chamber as well. We have our newsletter, where we have gone to a digital version of the newsletter now, so there's some great advertising opportunities in there. And also, you've been working really hard, Christian, with trying to make sure that there's more potent information in the newsletter, things that people really need to know, that substance, so that they know what's happening and what's coming down the pipeline, keeping us up to date with tourism activities, and hopefully we'll see a section in there for government affairs and different things
hopefully
like
that's
that.
coming soon, but I like that you shared, In the Know. That little section that I've added is called In the Know. And so it's kind of based on the city manager's reports and something with planning and zoning, and trying to get a little bit more meat in that newsletter. So
Exactly.
you touched on the website a little bit. We do have a member directory there that anybody can get in and look up businesses that you may want to work with. But as a member, you have the benefit of actually logging into your listing. It's almost like your own little mini website.
Right.
And I've seen that you and some others that work for Coldwell Banker have actually added, we have a hot deal section. And a lot of times they're coming in, some of our realtors are coming in and posting listings that they're working with. So that's another huge benefit.
Especially for the rental market. I mean, I know that we have a lot of property managers that are members, and we don't have a single source of rental information, so that's just another avenue that people can use to take advantage of. When you have a sale, we're going to be offering some new builder incentives at Mesquite Hills starting in January, so we'll be able to post some of that stuff onto the website as well, so people are aware.
That's
but we're offering free solar or free upgrades. So,
nice, I like that.
Got to come see us for more information.
Right. So the events calendar too, that is a community events calendar. So not only can members, or we post all of our events obviously, but chamber members that may be a nonprofit or something that may be running a fundraiser or something can post those events on there as well as the general public if you're a part of a group or a club.
Well, we want to encourage people to do that.
We do.
We have a great publication through the Verde News, the Kudos, which helps to keep people in the know on what's happening socially and locally, and I think that's an awesome resource as well. I'd like to see some more of those activities added to the chamber site.
We have a printed directory that's coming up too. Should be coming out sometime in January. So it's another huge benefit. Not only are you getting the online exposure, but you're getting that in a print.
The Chamber Connect.
Chamber Connect, exactly. So
you'll see my ad in there.
That's very good. So another benefit is to advertise through that as well. So
the other nice thing too is at the visitor center, I mean, you have so many resources. Every member has the opportunity to put something about their business in the visitor center, and with 800 people coming through there, you have opportunities for people to grab your information and visit your business. So we want to encourage members to take advantage of that, keep their business cards in there, and the other thing is the Verde Valley Relocation Guide that is given out to, I don't know, like 10,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Yes,
10,000. They get mailed to people who are looking to move to the area.
All our relocation requests and everything that gets mailed out, and then plus the people that walk in through the door.
And they're located all over as well. So you're a great center source of information, and so
thank you.
The chambers.
We want to do that. We want to be that. So like you said, coming in and learning more about your community. A lot of us live here, and unfortunately, sometimes we get so busy in our own lives that we don't really realize what's in our own backyard, and it's nice to come in
and that was another reason why I got involved with the chambers, because I had my little real estate world, and that was great. But then at one point, it was time for me to venture out and look more out to what the community has to offer. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, Tahona, that kind of wraps it up for us today, and I really do appreciate you taking the time and hanging out with me today. So
it's my pleasure.
I'm looking forward to working with you.
Thank you for having me. And you're going to have me for the next year.
That's right. We're going to do great things together, so I'm excited. Thank you much. Well, thank you. That's it for Verde Valley Highlights today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again at our next filming. So take care.